any field, women are objectified. I did a movie that I think barely anyone knows about. All three of us have a very individualistic approach. Different body types, different thought process that we come from. We want to bring everything on one platform. Of course, I believe in true love. I've had one. Being beautiful is no criteria that you will be married or not. I think I just feel that way. You need to have a right person in your life just to go through with that social pressure of people forcing you. And I know it's a lot of major.
Hi, this is Amanpreet Wahi and I welcome you to the first episode of our season 3. Oh my God, yes, we are as excited as you are. And we have a very, very special guest on our show, the opener for us. She is a model, Khushbu Goyal. She's not only a model, she's a colleague and a very, very good friend of mine. Welcome to the show, Khushbu.
Thank you, Aman. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. It's absolutely a pleasure that you're here. And I'm so happy that we're opening this exciting new season with you. So give us a lot of masala, a lot of controversies. We're all absolutely thrilled and excited to hear it. So Khushbu, please tell our audience what inspired you to step into the world of modeling and how did your journey begin?
Okay, so, it happened, nothing that I planned that I wanted to be a model. So one of my friends, they were into modeling. And I was 17 at that time. So they told me, why don't you try? And, you look nice and everything. So, you should be a model. So I just randomly got into it. And I think by the grace of God, there was no looking back. It was just very out of the sudden that I got into modeling. So I think that was it. There was nothing that I planned.
I think back then, none of us used to plan to be a model. Now everyone wants to be a model. But that time it just happened by chance. God was kind. So can you share a memorable experience or challenge from your early modeling days that shaped your career? And that challenge better not be me.
You were the first person who got into my mind when we spoke about challenge.
Thanks.
If you're talking about it, let me tell you, and I've told you this before. So when I started my modeling, and of course, we used to meet on the ramp shows, me, Aman, Krishna, they both were my seniors, and a lot of other seniors that I had when I started modeling. So of course, there was a lot of bullying, which I had to go through.
Positive bullying.
Mixed bullying. So with Mrs. Wahi and Somani, but it was all good. I mean, I've learned a lot with all of them. They have taught me a lot as seniors. They were brilliant with a little bit of bullying.
A little bit of bullying is allowed. Yeah. A little bit. We were also bullied by our senior models, by the way. So when you decided to pursue modeling, what was your first step?
I got my portfolio done with the OG, Mr. Rahul Datta.
Yeah.
So he was the one who did my portfolio and, and I think right after that, I went to Miss India and I was the Miss India finalist. And didn't take up the whole journey because you know how it is.
Yeah.
So I had a few hurdles that I did not want to overcome. I chose stepping down and I stepped back and I left.
So what was the experience like becoming the face of iconic brands like Air India, Dettol, LG and Colgate?
It was fabulous. I mean, I've shot for some really good brands. Again, by the grace of God.
Yes.
And you still see my posters of Air India all over the world. And I think fabulous experience.
Yes,
when people see you, they notice you, they recognize you, who you are. I think it's amazing.
So how was the experience working in the fashion industry, in Bollywood industry? How is it different? Like casting couch exists. Everyone keeps asking me this question. So I'm very happy I'm asking someone else.
It exists. I mean, it's in every industry. Yeah. I worked in corporate also for 6 years. I think it's everywhere. You talk about teaching line, you talk about corporate, you talk about fashion, any field. Women are objectified. And I think we should make peace with it. We are. And we are working in a male-dominated industry.
Absolutely. Correct.
You face it, but of course it's an individualistic choice. My phone is still filled with messages.
Yeah.
And the kind of replies I give, I'm a very blunt person.
Yeah.
I take the case left, right and center. So don't have an audacity to come back to me. So, of course, you face it, but you need to handle it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Khushbu, you started as a model. And of course, I forgot to tell people that you're a very successful entrepreneur. So, what inspired you to transition from the world of fashion to the corporate sector? And how did you prepare yourself for this shift?
Okay, so all thanks to Mr. Subrata Roy, who's not not with us here today. Extremely grateful to him. He was the one who gave me an opportunity and, who really convinced me and told me that, you've done enough in modeling. Is there anything else left that you want to do it? I said, no, sir, I've been there, done that. Yeah. he gave me an opportunity. He was starting with a new business venture of electric vehicle. And so I became the director and chief marketing officer for that for 6 years. And I've worked really hard. And I'm extremely grateful because, when you come from a media background, you don't think if there is anything else that you can talk about or think about. So I've learned a lot. Like 6 years was a journey that I was learning every day. Lot of struggles.
So such a big name, such a big legend and mentor. So what are the invaluable lessons you learned from him, which you still carry with you?
I think a lot of discipline. I learned a lot of discipline. I learned that, everyday learning is important. You can't do one job once in a year and you can't be perfect. You have to try and learn every day, and then you will be closer to perfection, which what you want to do. So I think a lot of administration, discipline, I've learned a lot.
So as director and chief marketing officer in the electric vehicle industry, how did you blend creativity with business strategy?
Because I think I came from that background of media, so I had creativity in me, of course. So, and I was looking after the pan-India marketing. So, you work on ATL activities, BTL activities, hoardings, newspaper. So I had that creative idea that what I want, people to see, the colors, the aesthetic. It came with me with the background that I had. So I think.
So Khushbu, when you actually joined Sahara, I do remember, and still you were with us, like we've traveled so much together, we've worked so much together. So how did you completely, you didn't go like pure gayab ho gaye, you maintained that balance. How did you manage to do that?
Because
Was
I
it
think
easy, difficult?
I had that liberty to take my own call. I wasn't doing a 9 to 5 job. I had a lot of responsibility to fulfill. But then even if I was traveling twice or thrice in a year, that was manageable because I had a team who was supporting and everybody was there, everybody was kind and supportive. And I was doing my job over the call or, wherever I was. So I think it was manageable.
So did Miss India initially help you to shape your career?
It did. I did a movie that I think barely anyone knows about, which I even don't want to talk about it because I shot it in 2011. And I look so different now. I think we all do because we groom with time.
So Miss India was like a friend forced you to do it, or you just went for it?
I just went for it. There was an audition happening in Delhi. I went for it, got through, went to Bombay. And then that's how it.
I've been in a pageant. I've won that. Everyone knows. And it is very challenging.
Very challenging.
It is very challenging. So what were the challenges you faced in this journey? And what did you learn from that? I learned a lot. Never to trust people.
I was really young at that point, and a lot of mental challenges that you face. You see a lot of people around.
People are just so mean.
So mean, and then
and you're so young, trying to make it. You have no clue what to do with life, and suddenly people are even ready to exploit you at that age.
100%. But I was so happy. I mean, if I talk about it today, I made one of my best friends. Now what I have in my life at the Miss India pageant, which is Devika Raizada. You know her.
Yeah.
So we met there and she's my best friend now. Yes. But what I'm saying is that it is difficult. And you see a lot of people and you will see them with, they have a lot of confidence.
Yes.
I know. And in that.
Nowadays, young girls have so much confidence. It's crazy. So much more exposure.
In that semi-final round, and I could really feel कि यार ये 3 लड़कियां हैं जो जीतेंगी इस pageant को, and that's what happened.
Yeah, it does. It does happen like that. So what advice would you like to give young girls who are trying to venture into contests like Glad Rags or Miss India and so many other contests now?
I mean, I just feel you should have your individualistic approach. Do not go by what other people say. And I think it's everybody's choice what they want to do in life. Be creative, be happy, be your own person. What you want to do, go ahead with that. Take advices from people, of course, but don't lose your individuality. And I think have your culture and work from your roots. And I think that is the good thing to go about it.
So Khushbu, of course, I know you've worked for so many designers. So how is it like, of course, we work for aspiring designers, middle category, everything. And then there are the likes of JJ Malaya and Rohit, who's Gudda, who's not with us anymore. So how was the experience like working with them? Unique?
unique, I think very professional, very unique. Lot of pressure also as a model.
Yeah.
You know, when you work with them for the first time. Exactly.
You have to look your perfect
Yup,
10.
exactly. So when I worked for Mr. Balaya in Bombay for Ambi Valley Fashion Week, I had a lot of pressure somehow before that. जबकि इतना काम किया उससे पहले, but still, when you work for somebody so big,
Yes.
you have a pressure on you. So I had it on me.
And we, contrary to popular belief, we do get butterflies before getting on the ramp as well. Every time.
Every time.
Every time. So, any memorable moment from your modeling career that you want to share with us?
I mean, there are so to say many, but I think I would not say modeling career. But when I was shooting for a movie, so my first day on set, I think it was really nice and really memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were shooting with Ranveer Shore, and it was a movie based on fashion. So I think that was a good experience and a memory that I have. Yeah.
So you've traveled all over the world. I know half of the times I was there with you. Yeah. How was Vietnam's fashion show? How was that as an experience?
Fabulous. Because, you know, two cultures come together. We were doing a show where Vietnam and India, we were doing a show together in an embassy. So two cultures coming together, I think it is brilliant.
Yeah. So that was different from the Delhi.
Commercial fashion shows that we do here.
So fashion shows often reflect the culture and trends of their location. So what unique elements of the Vietnamese fashion and culture did you observe during the show? I actually haven't been to Vietnam. That's on my bucket list.
You should. It's fun. It's fun.
Next time.
So yeah, the traditional outfits, the kind of outfits that they make, they had the Miss World, reigning Miss World at that time in Vietnam. So the culture, I think you see a lot of culture of that country. Yeah.
So now entrepreneur, model, and now everyone's getting into Instagram, social media, being an influencer. So digital content creation. So what inspired you to, and you're doing that as well. So what inspired you to venture into the field of digital content creation in 2020?
As you said rightly, you know, I was always into the game. I mean, when I was into corporate also, I was doing my job, but I was always into modeling also simultaneously. So I had my followership because I never went vanished from anywhere. And I think again, as modeling happened to me, influencer, content creation happened to me. I did not plan to do it, but I had followers and, you know, people started approaching. And that's how it happened. I would not say organically something happened and I made an effort towards it. No. But now I'm making efforts towards it. Because
so how do you work on your content creation? Like, I am so lazy at it. You're better at it.
I mean, you know, if we'll compare the world we have come from, modeling and content creation, there is a lot of difference. But there is a lot of...
Because we are used to being served on a platter. Like, we have our videographer, we have a cinematographer, we have a photographer, and we just had to pose. And now people have to do everything.
Like we were told.
Editing and later on and reel banana. Oh my God.
We were told. Yeah. You know, you're there on the ramp, you have to walk and done. You don't have to put your creative brains to it. So here you plan your shoot, you plan your team who you want to shoot with.
Exactly.
But in modeling, we had our call times, crazy call times, you know.
We had a designated team for us.
Yeah.
But now we are the team.
We are the team. But you work at your own comfort. There's a lot of hard work because, you know, creativity doesn't come to everybody. So being creative is important and... but you work at your own ease because, you know, you can shoot at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. You have no call times. But as models, we had crazy calls.
Yes.
5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and, you know, you're dying.
On the road all the time.
On the road all the time.
Living out of a suitcase, I was actually at one point. So what advice would you give to the new digital content creators?
What I think in my journey of content creation, I would just say be innovative and be informative. In India, I just feel everybody likes free ka gyan, jo unke kaam aata ho. You know, so either you make informative reels or videos that'll be useful to somebody, or I think comedy content is doing great. So I think informative.
इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है अभी भी वो ज्ञान दे रहे हैं आजकल इंस्टाग्राम पे कोई क्लेम टू फेम है ही नहीं मतलब ना आप मॉडल थे ना आप मेकअप आर्टिस्ट हो बट आप ज्ञान दे रहे हो ना आप न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट हो ना आपकी कोई एजुकेशन है
वो भी एक कैटेगरी है
वो आप ज्ञान दे रहे हो उनका कुछ बैकग्राउंड तो होना चाहिए आई फील कोई एक्सपीरियंस से तो ज्ञान दो
नॉट गेट इनटू दैट क्योंकि 1 घंटे का शो फिर 10 घंटे चल सकता है
वो तो है तो हैव यू एवर वंडर्ड हाउ टॉप इन्फ्लुएंसर्स बिल्ड देयर सोशल मीडिया प्रेजेंस एंड व्हाट इज देयर सीक्रेट
I think it's hard to say each one to its own, but lot of hard work.
But sometimes a lot of flukes as well. Like you see cartoon characters on Insta, and I'm like, dude, 300k followers, ye hai kaun? So many of them. You cannot be shush on my show.
I've been talking so much.
What's the most unexpected thing that has happened to you on social media? Any trolling?
Thankfully, none.
I'm
I'm blessed.
thankfully none.
None.
Yeah.
None. Everybody has been
I
so
haven't
kind.
been to the.
So kind. I mean, thanks to all of you. You know, none of you have been trolling me or any negative comments. I'm really grateful for that. None as yet.
So Khushbu, nowadays, like in our era, especially mine, like there was no Instagram and there were no filters, but we did have Photoshop. We always looked perfect in pictures. Not on the ramp. Ramp was still live, but,
Yeah, but in
on the
Photoshop.
magazine covers, I looked perfect because there was still Photoshop. So
Yeah.
world of filters and edits. So how influencers do it a lot and we're like, "Arey, ye to aisi dikhti nahi hai real life."
Like real life and
So how
on the
do
picture
you
you're
maintain
different.
your authenticity?
I mean, if you look at me now, I'm on the video. Thankfully, I've bearable skin and, I don't use too much filter. So I think it's fine. Again, I think it's an individualistic approach, each one to its own, how they want to look, on camera or otherwise. I think I'm fine. When I used to shoot also, I used to tell the photographer, please do not edit my photos.
Yeah, too much editing
Because
is.
I want to look relatable to the
Yeah,
person I'm
exactly.
meeting. I don't want to look like two different
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Okay, oh my God, are you Khushbu?
Yeah.
I don't want that expression.
Yes, correct. So, how is social media changing or shaping the future of fashion and personal branding?
I think it is evolving, and how? I mean, talk about the brand, the people who used to do shoots and everything. Now they're switching into influencing marketing. Now they don't hire models anymore. Barely any people. Like the modeling world has gone down in terms of shoots. There are still ramp which is going on.
Yeah.
It has taken over by content
Absolutely.
creators and
Yes,
influencers. So I
absolutely.
think it is a major shift. It's a paradigm shift which has happened.
It is. Influencers are like the new models, and designers themselves are modeling.
Oh yeah,
nowadays.
everybody wants their social
Everyone,
media
yeah,
presence
yeah,
and
yeah. So Khushbu is an entrepreneur already, but she is starting something very exciting in 2025, which she doesn't want to talk about much. But we still got to poke her. So what's the story behind the business you're launching with your friends in 2025 and challenges, if you see any, in the world of entrepreneurship, and how are you preparing for it?
So, the experience that I hold as a model, creativity comes from there. And, as a business, what I did for 6-7 years. So I know the challenges like the production, the operation challenges, and, how to work things around, thankfully. So me and my best friends, if you know who I'm talking about, because since you all follow me. So 3 of us are planning a venture and we'll be launching it very soon in about summers. And I think look forward to it. You all will love it.
Oh, perfect. We are totally looking forward to it. So, what was the vision for your business? How did you decide that I want to start something new now and make it stand out in this very competitive market?
100%. But I think 3 of us, like the female, all 3 of us have a very individualistic approach.
So we've got some information. There's 3 of them.
Different body types, different thought process that we come from. We want to bring everything on one platform. Like in today's time, okay, why will I talk about my business? No, not talking about it.
Am I getting the gift next year?
100%. I'm sending you each time whatever I'm making.
Okay, cool. So I'm getting some ideas. Okay, so what motivates you to continuously reinvent yourself across fashion, corporate leadership, and entrepreneurship?
I think I'll sum
Because
it up
you're
by
still
saying,
single, I feel.
you feel me, you know it. You know it.
So you don't have a man,
Yeah.
on your head all the time.
Me all the time. Don't do this, don't do that. Thankfully.
Yeah.
I think I'm an Aries, so the leadership qualities and never settling down for anything, which is mediocre. That keeps me going.
Great. So who has been your biggest source of inspiration or mentor in your career? I think
Mr. Roy.
pretty much. So if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
That is there for sure. I think just follow your heart and never forget your roots. This is what I have done because, when I wanted to start modeling, and I'm very scared from my father, especially even today. But when I wanted to start, I am coming from a Baniya community. I mean, we know how it is, conservative and everything else. But the kind of support my parents have supported me and given it to me. And one thing I told him, Ki, Papa, I want to get into modeling. And one thing what he told me was, we trust you. You do whatever you want to do. So, when I wake up and if there is some big opportunity also, and nothing has moved me with that statement, what my father told me.
Correct.
I trust you. That is imbibed in my soul, in my head, everywhere. So I think do whatever, make your family proud. And I think that's about, you will never go wrong.
So, Khushbu, you've adapted very well in different career paths like entrepreneurship, modeling, and so forth. You're coming up with something else also. So how has that adaptability helped you in achieving success across different fields?
Again, I said, I know that everybody has,
And I always felt you were a go-getter.
always. I'm never desperate, never have FOMO in life, but I always want to do something in life. I cannot sit idle because I started working since the age of 7.
Yes.
So it's been years of working. Now I'm so habitual of working and I know I'm an asset. So why would I waste my, the pros that I have by sitting at home? So I would rather do something.
Correct.
That is the purpose that I...
How do you define success? And has that definition ever changed over a period of time?
I don't even know I'm successful as yet. I think
You are. Completely, of course you are.
a lot to go.
Okay, so Khushbu, we are sailing in the same boat. So a lot of misconceptions about our profession. Modeling में ये हो जाता है, बड़ी unsafe है women के लिए. आप क्या करते हो? आप सिर्फ पीते रहते हो, wine ही पीते रहते हो. Your life is all about wine and partying. That's what people think about our profession, especially after the movie Fashion. So what are the biggest misconceptions about your career that you would like to clear up?
I mean, you have known me from so long. I'll tell one secret that what I've done initially, because there's a lot of social pressure when you go out. Now I don't take it. Now I don't feel it anymore because I've grown up and I know how to shut people up. But when I started as modeling, I used to have wine glass with sparkling water in it. Yeah. And I've told everybody, yes, I'm drinking, don't force me. Because everybody used to force that I have a sip, pilo.
Yes. And sometimes it's so difficult to answer. You're like, मैं पी रही हूँ, it's in my hand.
Because if you say no, they don't listen.
Yeah.
So you
they don't
rather,
believe you actually.
Yeah. So you rather hold a glass. I've held a glass for 6-7 years with sparkling water in it, just to go through with that social pressure of people forcing you. And I know it's a lot of major
conception she would like to clear is that we drink wine 24/7. And before the show also we drink. After the show also we drink. This is the biggest misconception.
Not we.
Me. Okay, Khushbu, you've traveled to so many destinations like Istanbul, Switzerland, Maldives, Budapest. Which destination holds a special place in your heart and why?
Nothing beats that. And I think beauty is impeccable. I would say Ladakh is extremely beautiful. You have mountains.
I'm back, but I still I want to go back.
Yeah, I did not blink my eyes for a second when I was on road. You have desert, you have water, you have mountains, you have everything. But the landscape and the infrastructure, what we don't have, and what Switzerland has. That is the only difference. So abroad, Switzerland, but in India, Ladakh, nothing beats.
You are very right.
Nothing beats.
Travel often presents, unforgettable moments. So any memorable experience from Amsterdam, Russia, or Scotland?
I think now I was in London for about 45-50 days.
Oh, nice. I was also there for a month.
We chatted.
We chatted.
And so I think the concert that I attended of Taylor Swift, it was fab.
Yeah, I know. So you're a Swiftie.
Swiftie.
Fantastic. I wanted to do that. We were in Scotland at that time and we just couldn't do that. So have you ever faced an uncomfortable or scary situation while traveling to any place like Russia, Thailand, or Vietnam?
Paris and Istanbul. Yeah. Istanbul, we were not together at that time.
Yeah. But Paris is scary sometimes. Suddenly it's dark and suddenly, oh my God.
Yeah, you feel people are following you. You feel scary on street.
My husband was like, आज तुम पक्का हमें मरवाओगे? यहाँ तो jewelry bag में रख लो, यहाँ तो हम kidnap होने वाले.
And Istanbul, I just felt really scared at night, especially because the guys are.
In the morning, the city is thriving and everything. Suddenly, sham hoti and you just I don't know where all people go and I don't even want to say.
Yeah, and whoever is there, you just feel, you're scared. So 2 places I felt scared. Yes. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, every place has been nice.
Yeah. especially to pretty women.
100%.
So, what was the most memorable moment for you at events hosted by iconic brands like Versace and Coach?
I think the management there, because they're representing a certain brand. So I think that is really nice, aesthetically done. You see a lot of new collection which they're presenting.
So, such high-profile events you've attended. So, did that, have an effect on your perspective on luxury and lifestyle branding?
100%. And when I go there, I learn a lot about marketing as well, because that is what I've done and I'm doing, and it is going.
Their level of marketing is, oh my god, yeah.
So wherever I am, I try and learn.
Absolutely nice. So, can you share any behind-the-scenes insights or surprising elements from events like these?
I think it's all showbiz. You go, me, do moi, moi, and you just walk past. That's what we've done in our modeling career also. Nothing concrete. You just go meet people.
So, Khushbu, like initially, I don't know, maybe we've spoken about this as well. Like, my family wasn't very supportive to be a model. They were like, oh my god, you're so intelligent, इतनी पढ़ाई करती है, top 3 student है, IAS के exam देने थे, model कैसे बन गई? So, any hiccups like that from your?
Nothing. I just said my family has been extremely supportive. I think everybody should have a family like me. I'm so grateful to have them as my parents.
So, any family traditions you hold close, and how do they play a role in your life today?
I think I'm very rooted with my culture, and I take it in my pride from where I come and the culture, that I belong to. And I think I'm very fortunate and grateful to my parents to give me the upbringing that I have today.
So you just told everyone that you're baniya. तो baniya होना कोई challenge तो नहीं आया आपके career में?
आ सकता था, घर वाले support नहीं करते तो.
Yeah, correct.
I'm at a certain age and not married yet. Baniya girls, they generally get married very early. There is no modeling, nothing, in terms of glamour.
Absolutely, yes.
Still here right in front of you, single, happy.
Yes. So that is my next question. Our very interested male audiences want to know that such a beautiful girl is still single. Why? And does she believe in true love?
Of course, I believe in true love. I've had one. And as you said, everybody will walk up to me and say, oh no, you can't be single. Oh my God, look at you. You might have, heard it before when you were not married. Being beautiful is no criteria that you will be married or not. I think I just feel that way. You need to have a right person in your life. My DM is full. I have people around me, who will be there. Oh, I want to get married to you, or let's date. But those are not the people that you would want to get married.
Yes.
You want a guy, you want a real man to be married.
Absolutely. So what happens when you find out अगर आपका partner हो जाता है future में, very near future, I bless you for that. So what happens if you find out that that partner has hidden something important from you? How would you manage such a situation in a relationship?
I think I'll discuss. I'm not somebody who fights. That is me as my core. I don't fight, and I would like to just talk it out. I'll give them some time if they want to come up to me and tell me about it. If they don't, then I'll speak about it. But I don't fight. I'm somebody who doesn't like arguments.
So Khushbu, so many stresses, mental stress, mental health issues, ye, wo, and couples are facing so many stresses. So what do you think is happening? The digital age is affecting our communication gap, especially. I also feel it like sometimes Raghav and me are there next to each other, but we're still so busy with our phones. So how do you think these challenges, what should the couples do?
I think we all
think are the biggest challenges there.
We all say that one should balance their life, and it is just a word. I feel, I know you have to do a lot of effort towards it to balance your life out. But I think in today's generation, it is so difficult because, you look at a child constantly on phone, group of people who are sitting together, going out on phone, either taking photos on phone, uploading something on Instagram, doing a story. I think it's very distracting, and with time, we are just going down the drain with social media.
So how important is communication in a relationship?
Fully, 100%. Communication is the key.
I think, exactly. And communication gap, I feel, yeah.
Here we are communicating. Imagine if we both were on phone, what would happen? Nothing.
Yes.
So communication is the key.
Yes. So Khushbu, before going, we are going to come to the last section. But before going, please tell our beautiful audiences who are watching you that any advice to all the young girls who are ready to get into the step of modeling, entrepreneurship, digital content creation. What advice would you like to give them?
So I think what you see on social media today, it's not true. I mean, a part of it would be true. Everything cannot be hunky dory in life. Nobody is posting their crying and, struggling photos or videos online. So don't go by it. Don't think कि मैं ऐसा करूँगी और मुझे ये नहीं मिल रहा है, उसको इतना कुछ मिल रहा है. Do not have any competition in life first. Believe in yourself. Organic growth takes time. Nothing comes overnight. Do not forget your roots. Just think whatever you plan to do in life, in any field. Think of your parents, think the belief and the trust they have in you, and you will never go wrong. Just do that. And I think there is nothing that can stop you.
Very good advice. That's great. So now we're coming to the last segment, last but not the least. And Khushbu, I would like to tell you that हमें इसमें कोई शर्म नहीं बोलने की, that we're very inspired by Coffee with Karan. Hamper missing है बस. So our next round, our last round is rapid fire. So of course, कोई इतनी controversial questions नहीं है. Don't worry. It's we're very nice at heart. Yeah. So it's rapid fire. So whatever comes to your mind, quickly. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
I would have an answer for that. Adventurous का सोचना पड़ेगा.
Wildness कर दो.
नहीं, not here. I'll tell you अलग से.
अच्छा ठीक है. What's the craziest thing you've ever done for love?
For love, travel to certain destinations just to surprise, like, and really far, huh? Nothing close.
Wow. So who is your celebrity crush?
Used to be Akshay Kumar.
One thing you can't leave home without.
My phone.
What's your idea of a perfect date night?
Never had one. Thinking. I don't know.
Haha, you've never had the perfect date? Let me take you out. If you were stranded on an island, what 3 things would you want with you?
With me?
Yeah.
I think I'll avoid the phone. I don't want phone to be distracting.
Beautiful human being like Arjun Rampal.
Much needed. And I think, yeah.
And 2 more?
अच्छा अर्जुन रामपाल हो गया ना.
उसी पे खत्म. And 2 more things, lipstick, sunscreen.
Yeah, blusher and sunscreen would do. I'm a blusher girl.
Done. So what's your signature dance move?
Should I show?
Yeah. I've seen it. Okay, what's your secret talent no one knows about?
I'm a very homely girl. Not a talent, but comes with a lot of responsibility. And I do that well. I can't say very well. That I think you'll have to ask my family. But I'm a very homely girl.
Very nice. I'm sure you are. I know you are. So, we girls are blessed with so many pickup lines. So, what's the funniest pickup line you've ever had?
Funniest तो नहीं पता, but repetitive तो बहुत सारे हैं.
Which is, you look like?
Or look like?
Or anything.
Look like to Shruti Hassan, Rakul Preet, Deepika Padukone, Anushka Sharma. I mean, I don't have my own identity. I just feel whoever meets you look like her and all of that. Pickup line तो not really. I'm sure कुछ तो DM पे लिखा होगा किसी ना किसी ने. I don't remember.
So nothing is coming to your mind right now.
Coming to my mind.
Okay, Khushbu, thank you so much for being here. You were absolutely lovely. You look lovely. My friend and my dost. And she called me my dost and my host, which I really liked. So I'm repeating the thing. Thank you so much for coming. This is the opening of our season 3. And I was so happy that you're coming today. It was an absolutely fun conversation. Did not feel like a podcast. It felt like a friendly conversation between 2 friends catching up after long over a cup of coffee. So please, this is your host Amanpreet Wahi signing off, and do not forget to follow and subscribe on our next episode, on our all the episodes. And this is of course your season 3 first episode premiere, so show us some love.